Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Season 9 of The Current. I'm James, and today we'll be talking to executive producer of Seahawk Central Sports and his co-host from In the Hoop. Stick around, The Current starts now. All right, introductions are in order. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Davis Bell. I'm the executive producer for Seahawk Central Sports. Basically, what that entails is I do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work for Seahawk Central Sports. I look at what sports are going on. I assign them to our reporters, or sometimes the reporters pick them themselves. And then when we film the show, I'm sitting at the desk hosting the show.
I'm Ryan Wiener. I have a few different titles right now. I'm co-station manager of Hawkstream. That's a branch of TealTV. We focus on like short form content, social media stuff, long form content, like YouTube stuff. I helped Davis out with In the Hoop. I'm an intern at WWAY, and last year I ran the sports section for the newspaper for the Seahawk. So I have a little bit of experience in a couple different things, and yeah.
All right. And what got y'all into TealTV? What motivated you to join?
Well, my friend and I think early sophomore year, were literally going to get lunch, walking into Fisher, and there was a tabling station, and it was TealTV. And he and I were both film nerds, and I saw that they needed sports reporters. So I went to a meeting and just kind of started doing it. And then a few things happened behind the scenes, and in about a month or two, I was the executive producer.
My journey is a little bit different. I was with the newspaper last year for my junior year. I spent a year with them. I worked on print journalism. I had a lot of different experiences, and then this year I wanted to transition more into video broadcasting, video making, and I just felt like TealTV was the right place. So I know Davis. I know Emmy. Emmy's our president. Her and I talked towards the end of last semester, and I let her know I was interested. She said, "Oh, we got a spot for you." And I said, "I appreciate that." So I'll join TealTV.
Oh, terrific. And I know you highlighted jobs you do, but more specifically, what do you do at TealTV for the audience that doesn't know specifics about them?
Yeah, so with it being the beginning of the semester, a lot of our productions are in the process of being planned, being thought out, being edited. So for my specific responsibilities, I'm hosting weekly meetings. We're in the process of organizing an equipment training. I help out with like the scheduling process. If somebody needs to use this room or use this like designated space, like I'm the person that kind of has to reserve that. I think technically I'm the manager of the podcast studio. There's a podcast studio in the Student Media Center. So if you wanted to make a podcast, like that's something that, you could pitch that to me or you could pitch that to somebody else. And then, I would kind of help you get that going. Yeah, that's about a pretty large array of like what I do with TealTV.
Yeah, I'm not too far off. We're both on the executive board for TealTV, so we have some similar responsibilities. I host the weekly meeting for Seahawk Central Sports, and like I said earlier, work out who's going to do what on the show. We've done this semester a new thing. We've combined Seahawk Central News and Seahawk Central Sports into one weekly show, so it's a lot more like your typical 6 o'clock news broadcast. So Emma Tillman's the new executive producer for Seahawk Central News, so I've been working a lot with her to make sure we put out good weekly content. And also just on the sports side, I've been trying to get more involved in the athletics department, try and make sure we're up to date on all the sports and covering everything evenly.
And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my co-station manager, Tucker. He plays a large role in Hawkstream's production and TealTV's production as well. That is why I am co-station manager, not just station manager. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Tucker.
Now, did you two know each other before you got involved in TealTV?
Before you got involved?
Yeah, before I got involved. Like I said, last year I was with the newspaper, with the Seahawk. I was the sports editor, and I was sent to Washington, D.C. to cover the UNCW men's basketball conference tournament. and Davis joined me in Washington, D.C., and, that's how we got to know each other. When your team loses in the first round and you're stuck there for 4 days, you go to a lot of museums, and you do a lot of homework, and you write a lot of stats down, but you definitely get to know each other. So that's how Davis and I became friends, and we've been friends ever since.
What would you say would be your favorite part of that trip, that DC trip?
Like Ryan said, we did lose in the first round, and that wasn't the best. But I've been a basketball fan since before I can remember. My whole family's basketball fans. So I just love basketball. So getting to go sit on press row, front row seats at the games, because we went to quite a few of the non-UNCW games. We even went to the championships, which was terrific, went to overtime. Got to see a great player for Stony Brook. That was a lot of fun. But like Ryan said, we sadly had a good bit of free time. But, DC's a great city. We got to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was like what Davis said, like walking into the arena, going to will call, them having a press pass with my name on it, having a press pass with his name on it, and then like going to sit next to the guy from like the Charleston Courier or for all these different like mainstream media, and then it was just like Davis and I. It was kind of funny, but it was a great opportunity.
Yeah, that's a dream right there. Transitioning into sports, you touched on this, Davis, but have you always been into sports? Did you play sports yourself beforehand, or was it more just being a fan? Tell us about that.
Well, as you can tell, I'm not exactly a peak athlete, so I didn't really play sports much growing up. I played soccer a little bit of everything, kind of like most, young kids. But like I said, I grew up in the Triangle where, basketball is basically a religion. And so my mom was a Carolina grad. My dad was an NC State grad. So that heated up the household about once or twice a year. So, I mean, like I said, I've been watching basketball since before I knew what a basketball was. So I've always been a basketball fan. And in recent years, because of what I've done with Seahawk Central Sports, I've gotten into pretty much all sports.
As far as me for like history of sports, I played baseball in high school. I played basketball growing up, baseball growing up. I didn't play in college, didn't really have that opportunity, but got to come to UNCW and cover sports. My junior year was COVID, so, I didn't really have a full career, but I wasn't that good anyways. So, I got a good opportunity to come here, be a comm student, cover sports.
And how was your experience as a baseball player, as minimal as it might have been? How did that help you in terms of writing, having that sort of
Well, I mean, in baseball specific, I know all the terminology, I know like the flow of the game, and in all sports, like not just baseball, I'd say like being an athlete has made me like understand like some of the values of like sports and how like we're trying to narrate sports, like teamwork and cooperation and doing things the right way. Like those are all values that you learn in like baseball and you learn in sports growing up, and I feel like those translate to journalism. It's about doing your due diligence. It's about like working as a team. It's like all these different things.
So Ryan, I know you mentioned, of course, executive producer at TealTV, but you're also a writer for the Seahawk. Could you tell us a little bit more about that aspect?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not writing for the Seahawk as much these days, but I like to write for them. I like print journalism. Growing up, I would read print journalism, or I would engage in different newspapers or magazines. Yeah, the Seahawk was a great opportunity. I was sports editor last year. I was on their board, helped make decisions, helped plan meetings. It was a good opportunity to get like a first-hand look at a media organization. I like writing. I don't love writing, but I like writing. So I like the Seahawk.
What do you want to do after you're done at UNCW in terms of what are your future career goals?
Well, I really don't know. I came to UNCW as a film student, but changed over to a comm major my sophomore year, which is around the same time I started working with TealTV. So I, all throughout high school, like I said, was a big basketball fan, but never really saw sports as a career. But of course, I've kind of been doing sports as a career for 2 years, and so as funny as it sounds, I never really thought of it as a career after college until recently when like we mentioned, I got to go to Washington, D.C. I've gotten to meet a lot of people in the athletics department, so now I'm kind of thinking I might try and pursue something in athletics after college.
Right?
I'm pretty stereotypical. I want to be a commentator. I want to be a sports broadcaster, as a lot of people put it. That's always my dream. I want to commentate on NBA or NFL or something, and the steps that I'm making now are hopefully going to get me there one day.
Do you have any journalists or broadcasters currently in the business that you sort of take after?
I was actually thinking about this the other day. Mike Greenberg from ESPN in the morning. I remember driving to school, being like 6, 7 years old with my dad. Like, this guy is cool. Like, I want to be like this guy, like Greeny. Like, I want to be able to talk about sports in the morning and talk to like hundreds of people, thousands of people on their way to work, and like just spread like positive energy and like give people like the latest about sports. I think Jeff Pearlman is like another writer I really enjoy, and I just can't forget Bill Simmons. That's, godfather of podcasting. Bill Simmons is a legend. I think there's a lot to learn from these successful people.
Oh, great examples. Best in the business right there. What about you, Davis?
Well, I mean, above all else, I'm a college basketball fan, so I kind of gravitate towards those guys. And I think college basketball, because it's not quite as mainstream as like the NBA, has a lot more just guys who just talk about basketball. A lot of the NBA coverage is entertainment, and that's certainly amazing, and I do love it. But I lean more towards like Jay Billis is, I think, the head college basketball guy at ESPN. He's certainly high up there, and he's a guy who I really like. I watch a lot of CBS's coverage, so they've got Gary Parrish and Matt Norlander, and those are guys who I just really admire and think they do great work.
Yeah, of course, when March Madness rolls around, CBS, all great commentators there. So we did touch on your DC trip. I guess it's more for you, Davis. You said that it had big significance towards like your trajectory for a career path. I guess maybe expand on that more. How impactful was that trip in terms of career ambitions?
Yeah. Like I said, in doing my work for Seahawk Central Sports, I never really thought of it as a career after college because, as much as I absolutely love this university, I think it's great. I think we've got one of the best basketball programs. It's kind of small scale a little bit, and so it never felt like that big of a thing to me. But then, like Ryan said, to go, get on a plane and fly up to Washington, D.C. and have a hotel room with our name, have name badges with our name, have, the commissioner of the conference walk by us, have the men's basketball coach, Coach Siddle, wave at us. It was just very much like, oh, this is real. And then kind of having that experience and coming back to UNCW, it kind of just put it all in a new light for me. Like, oh, this is actually something I can do. I can make a career out of this.
Awesome, yeah. All right, last but certainly not least, we're going to have you do a little pitch for TealTV and Seahawk Central News. So, and if there's anything else you wanted to add that we didn't cover, of course, that would be the time.
Well, obviously, at the UNCW TealTV on YouTube. I think it's just at UNCW TealTV on Instagram. Those are the two main platforms we use. We've got at Seahawk Central Sports _UNCW is where you'll find the sports specific on Instagram. But specifically, like you said, we've got weekly Seahawk Central News /sports coming out. And I've just started, I had Ryan on last week. My show is called In the Hoop, which is basketball specific. And I don't want to give anything away, but we're hoping to have some big guests on coming up. So,
Right.
If I had to pitch for TealTV, I'd say, do you like to work in a team? Do you like to meet new people? Do you want to meet people that are of similar passions to you? It's not super serious. It's not super hard or time demanding. It's we meet sometimes we meet on Tuesdays. I think our separate groups will meet on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
News meets on Wednesdays. It's like a maybe 30-hour meeting once a week. If you want to make silly videos with your friends, this is the place to do it.
Yep.
And if you want to make serious videos with your friends, this is the place to do it.
Good stuff.
yes.
It's been great getting to know you guys. Now here's Sadie with the Wave Watch to tell us where we can find more info on Seahawk Central Sports.
For more information on Seahawk Central Sports, go to their Instagram at Seahawk Central Sports _UNCW. Tune into their latest episode on their YouTube channel at UNCW TealTV. And now over to Kinsey to see how much our guests really know about sports.
Hi guys, welcome back to The Current. My name is Kinsey Rothenberger, and today we're going to be playing a fun little game of Sports Jeopardy. So today we have 4 categories. We have UNCW players and coaches, general sports, team recognition, and then a wild card. The wild card is going to be sports movies, just to test a little bit of y'all's knowledge. So the ultimate goal here is first player to 1,500 points wins. Now the tricky part is you are not allowed to answer a question until you make a shot into the basket. So Ryan, if you shoot and miss, you get skipped. And so first one to 1,500 wins. So we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors to start. So we're just gonna do one round and whoever wins is up first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, so Davis, you are up first. You have the opportunity.
But not the ability.
Nope, Ryan, you're up. So let's see. Okay, underhanded is what category and what point question would you like?
I'm gonna go team recognition 300.
All right. So that is the logo. What sports team has this logo?
That is the Miami Heat.
What oh god, not the what is their abbreviation? Like what sport?
Oh, basketball?
Okay. Yep, you're good. NBA Miami Heat. So that is 300 for Ryan. Now, Davis, you get to try again.
Oh, okay.
I have all the faith in you now.
Like someone does.
Oh.
It's okay. You have plenty of
You gotta
time.
go under him.
I will next time. Okay.
Well, we both miss now.
That makes me feel a little better. There
All
we go.
right. Davis, you have your pick now.
I will go UNCW players for 500.
All right. Who is this? It's kind of small. Who is this UNCW baseball player? I don't know if there's a way to enlarge it, but.
Who is that, Davis?
Well, as Ryan knows, baseball is not exactly my specialty, and it's not baseball season. I'm going to go with Brock Wills.
That is correct. Sorry, the pictures are kind of small, but that is correct. We will give it to you because they are small. So now, yeah, you got it. Well, now you're behind Ryan. You have a chance to come back here, though.
I got the lead.
Oh,
Not quite. All right, you are up. Oh, okay.
give him the
Bounce
rocky
it back
roll.
in. You have your next pick, Davis.
I'm going to go team recognition for 400.
All right. What team has this logo?
That is the NBA team of the Golden State Warriors.
Let's see. That is correct. So that is another, what was that, 400? Thank you. All right, you need to catch up, Ryan.
yeah, I
I
gotta.
like this game now.
Yeah, Davis is like, I'm appreciating
I shouldn't have
this
told
one.
you to shoot underhand.
You really shouldn't.
There you
All
go.
right, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Ryan, you have your pick.
I'm going team recognition 500.
Oh, no.
I need this point. That's the hockey team, the Boston Bruins.
Okay,
NH-
let's see.
NHL.
Yeah, you are correct. Good job.
needed that
Now,
one. You
what are we
did.
at now? Let's
800
see.
to 900.
Oh, we're,
Ooh.
oh, wow, not that hard of a difference.
I got the lead, though.
Oh my
Y'all are
gosh.
getting pretty good at this,
What is this
actually.
shit?
Pick
You
a
gave me the
category,
cheat code.
Davis.
I guess I got to keep my lead. I'll go general sports 500.
All right. When a player scores 3 goals in a single hockey game, what is this called?
I will give a special shout out to Sarah Cooper because I would not know this if it wasn't for her. That is a hat trick.
Let's see. That is correct. Good
Thanks,
job,
Sarah.
guys. So let's see. Oh, you are 100 away. Ryan, this is your comeback of the century.
Oh,
Let's see. Do we have any balls? Oh, you are awesome.
They're all in the basket.
I know they're all in the basket. Y'all actually got pretty good. I'm honestly kind of surprised.
Have some faith, Kinsey.
All right.
Right. This is your chance.
Yeah, this is
This is your
big.
one chance. This is big.
I'm gonna go. UNCW players, coaches for 300.
Oh my gosh, it's so small.
But I know who that is. I got a class with him. That's the big fella, Harlan Obiaha. He's a transfer from Niagara.
Wow, okay,
That's-
I'm honestly impressed.
Shout out, that's my man Harlan. Shout out.
Because that was a
He's
small
gonna be
picture.
good.
I apologize, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, Davis, this is your last chance.
Miss.
You need 100 points, Davis.
Miss. He's a choker.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Almost got the camera.
All right, let me lock in. No.
No.
That was bad too.
All right, next. Oh my goodness, this is okay.
This is some building suspense.
This is suspenseful.
Oh.
Ryan can take it right here.
All right, I'm gonna go general sports for 400.
A player attacking half and closer to the opposing team's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. It is soccer.
This is some interesting wording, but I'm gonna go with offsides.
That is,
Offsides
let's
rule.
see. That is correct. To be fair, that was the definition it gave me online.
Okay,
So you cannot
okay.
come at me for the wording.
Oh, I
Oh,
won. Yes, I
Ryan!
won.
What a comeback,
Comeback
Davis. You were
victory.
so close, but
Good
I
game,
give you
good
all
game.
the props.
Good.
This is gonna
What
be
good
held in.
sportsmanship.
He's gonna hold this over
Yeah,
me for years.
This is bragging rights
This
for
is
all.
bragging
no.
rights. Now you have it for forever. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on The Current. This was episode 3, and we will see you next time.